Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to bring you guys a review of the Switchbot Keypad Touch. Now this is an accessory for Switchbot Smart locks, so works with both generations of Smart Lock, the Pro and the previous one. And this accessory costs £99, but there's pretty regularly 10% off vouchers, so you're probably going to pay no more than £90 for this. And I have got a 10% voucher code below. Likewise, if you're not fussed about the fingerprint functionality, Switchbot also do one without that, so just the NFC and the keypad, and that's about £50. I've not used it, but there's a link to that below as well. But this accessory I'm going to be reviewing is a 3-in-1 way of controlling your Switchbot Smart Lock. You can control it with NFC cards, with key codes, and also with your fingerprint. So let's talk about the spec. So this is designed for indoor or outdoor use and is IP65 rated. It can also work in temperatures between -25 and 66 degrees Celsius. Inside, it takes 2 replaceable CR1238 batteries. And Switchbot say if you use this device 3 times a day, you'll get up to 2 years usage from it. And generally with Switchbot, I do find that their battery estimations are pretty accurate. You can check remaining battery life in the app. Passcodes can be up to 12 digits long, which is great for security. You can also store up to 100 passcodes and up to 100 fingerprints. This device also has a 54 decibel removal alarm. That means if someone tries to take it off your wall, that alarm will sound until you disable it in the app. This isn't the loudest thing in the world, but I think it probably is enough to put people off. In terms of design, it's got a pretty simple black design. It's got some lights behind the keypads and some lights at the top that indicate what's going on. And those keys are nice and chunky. Personally, I don't think the design is anything groundbreaking, but I do like it and it's pretty practical for what it is, and the slope lifts it up towards your eyes a bit more. When it comes to mounting it, you can either do that via screws or using the included 3M pad. Once you've got the metal plate fitted to the wall, the actual device just slots on top. This makes it nice and easy to remove when you do need to replace those batteries. Of course, this does make it nice and easy to remove, but of course that alarm does go off. So let's talk about setup. So setting this up is pretty simple. You just go into the Switchbot app and click into your existing Switchbot lock. From there, you click Add a Keypad. And this will talk you through the process of pairing it. And of course, all the communication is done via Bluetooth between the keypad and your lock. This means it's nice and secure and follows the encryption that this lock fits with. Once set up, you can then choose to set up NFC cards, fingerprints, and key codes. You actually get an included NFC card with this device. Each of these 3 things can be permanent or temporary. A temporary one is valid up until a certain date and time. And this is probably the downside of the product, and I'll talk more about that later on. For passcodes, you can also add an emergency one. This is one that will still unlock your door, but it will send an email and app notification to someone else in your Switchbot household to let them know the lock has been opened while someone was under duress. This is a really nice safety feature, and it means if someone was forcing you to open your door, they wouldn't know that you'd put in an emergency key code because everything would still work as you'd expect, but you'd raise the alarm. Of course, this is something you don't get if someone just forces you to open the door with your key. You can also set one-off key codes, and these can be valid for 1 to 24 hours. And so you can have 100 passcodes, 10 of which are emergency ones, and 90 a mix of everything else. In the keypad settings, you can also do a few other useful things. So firstly, the keypad has a lock button. This is used to easily lock your smart lock from the outside. You can choose to enable or disable this in the app, and you can also say that it only works when the door is closed. This uses a contact sensor you get with the Lock Pro. Secondly, if you want to, you can disable the keypad completely. You can also turn on that removal alarm or turn it off, and play around with some of the light settings. And of course, all of this, including adding passcodes, can be done remotely wherever you are, as long as you hook this up to cloud services, which uses a Switchbot hub. And of course, there's all the usual things you'd expect as well, so you can check the battery life. And like most Switchbot products, the settings menu and the way of using this accessory just works well. So let's talk about using this product, because I've been trying to put it through its paces. And generally, however you choose to unlock it, it's nice and easy to use. If you use the NFC card, you just swipe it across the front. If you use a passcode, you just pop in the passcode and hit the confirm button. If you use a fingerprint, you just place it on the reader. And then generally what I found is within about a second of it confirming, the lock kicks into action. This works every time. And this quick response also goes for that lock button. And really, this is the best way of locking your door with this smart lock. This is especially true if you're a UK user with kind of a lift to lock multi-point door, because you can leave your house, lift up the handle and just tap that button. And then it just locks. And really, this accessory between the fingerprint scanner and that lock button creates a very, very quick way of using a smart lock. And it means you don't even need to have your phone with you, you just need to have your finger, which hopefully you'd take out with you most of the time. And if you want to add new passcodes or even fingerprints, you can do this remotely. Of course, fingerprints are harder to add remotely, but passcodes are easy. And that's done thanks to the cloud services when you hook this up to a hub. This also means you can delete passcodes and change them. And monitor the logs when you're away from home. And actually the main downside of this product is with the software features and how the passcodes work. And that's because in an ideal world, if you had someone like a cleaner or a cat sitter, what you might do is create a passcode that works between certain times on certain days. So maybe you have a cleaner who comes every Monday between 9 and 12. You create them a passcode, and ideally you'd want to say that their passcode works every Monday between 9 and 12, but you can't do that. They either end up with a permanent passcode, or you have to create a new one every single week for them and then expire it beyond a certain time. This is something that other smart locks can do, and so I think this is something that could be fixed with software, and it is something I'm going to feed back to Switchbot. And really the current functionality is ideal if you're someone like an Airbnb host, because you can set that functionality and a passcode to work until a certain date, maybe when your guest has gone home, and then set a new one. I just think there's some more features that could work with these passcodes and make this an even better product. But all in all, what's the verdict on the Switchbot Keypad Touch? At a price point of kind of £90 after using a voucher code, it is much cheaper than some of its competitors. And actually, it's a really affordable, well-built accessory for Switchbot smart locks. And if you're not fussed about the fingerprint reader, you can get one which just takes passcodes and NFC cards for £50. Really with this, there are two main downsides. Firstly is all to do with those temporary passcodes that I've already talked about in depth. The second is that adding a device like this to something like a Switchbot lock that from the outside isn't obviously a smart lock makes it obvious you have a smart lock. And so that's something you might want to think about. And the same goes for something like the 𝐤𝐤𝐤, because the 𝐤𝐤𝐤 only goes on the inside, and so if you add like a keypad, it becomes more obvious you've got a smart lock. Unless of course you can conceal this product somewhere. All in all, however, this product works well, it's really quick to use, it's easy to use, and it's pretty responsive. If you guys have got any questions, do stick them below and I'll answer those for you. If you want to pick one up, I have put links below as well. There's links there to Amazon and to Switchbot, alongside a voucher code for Switchbot. Now sometimes even after a voucher code, Amazon is still cheaper, so make sure you check both. Both of those links are also affiliate links, so if you use those, that just helps this channel out. Because this is something I do for kind of fun, this isn't something I'm paid to do. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys again soon.